Hey everyone! I hope everyone who is watching this video is doing as well as can be expected considering the situation we're all in, regarding the pandemic and the very restricted lifestyle that we've had to live through because of it. Anyway, the fact that you're watching this video or an English lesson like this one means that you're probably trying to spend your time indoors productively. And I do hope you're watching this indoors. So for today, let's try to have a lesson about the ing adjective versus the ed adjective. For example, we have the pair interesting versus interested, or disappointing versus disappointed, and a very commonly confused pair, boring and bored. So sometimes you might hear somebody say, I'm boring, but what they actually mean is I'm bored. He or she is feeling bored. So first, let's figure out when we need to use the ing adjective and when we need to use the ed adjective. And then after that, we will try to have some practice drills or a quiz. Okay, anyway, let's get started.
First, let's understand the difference between ing adjectives and ed adjectives. Adjectives ending in ing, such as tiring, amazing, and shocking, are used to talk about the characteristic or quality of a thing, situation, or even a person. So if you say, I'm boring, then you are describing yourself as a boring person. On the other hand, adjectives ending in ed, such as tired, amazed, and shocked, are used to describe our feelings and emotions, meaning we use ed adjectives to describe how we feel about a situation, event, person, or thing. So if you say, I'm bored, for example, with a longer sentence, I'm bored with this book, then you mean that you think the book is not interesting to read. Okay, let's compare these two side by side before we have more examples. So remember, adjectives with ing describe the characteristic of a thing, situation, or person. And adjectives with ed describe feelings or emotions. It could be your own feelings or other people's feelings. Let's have more examples for ing adjectives. The 5-hour hike was really tiring. So in this sentence, we are describing the characteristic of an activity, which is hiking. So we will use an ing adjective. Okay, let's have the next one. The baby foxes at the animal reservation were cute and amazing. Here, amazing describes the characteristics of the baby foxes. Now let's look at some examples for adjectives ending in ed. Remember that ed adjectives describe how people feel. Our first example is this. The fast pace of the hike made most of the participants really tired. The adjective tired is describing how the participants feel. Okay, let's have the next one. The children were amazed at the sight of the cute baby foxes. In this sentence, amazed is describing how the children feel about the sight of the baby foxes. Let's try to take a look at two sentences with errors regarding adjectives ending in ing or ed. The first one says, I'm interested to know how you accomplished that. In this sentence, interesting is trying to describe how the speaker feels, so the correct adjective should be interested. I'm interested to know how you accomplished that. Next one, we have the children feel boring with doing the same activities every day. In this sentence, we are describing how the children feel, so the correct adjective should be bored instead of boring. The children feel bored with doing the same activities every day. All right, now that we've talked about when to use ing and ed adjectives correctly, let's have more exercises. I will explain the answers to the first two items in this exercise, but you'll have to answer the rest. Then you can check the answers at my website if you're unsure. I will put the link to the web page in the video description. Okay, let's have the first one. Number 1. The professor was blank with the students who did not follow her safety instructions. Is it annoyed or annoying? What is the adjective describing? Is it the characteristic of the professor, or is it about how the professor felt? It's about how the professor felt towards the students who did not follow safety instructions. So the correct answer is annoyed. The professor was annoyed with the students who did not follow her safety instructions. Okay, number 2. My grades were really blank last semester, so I vowed to work harder this term. What is the adjective describing? It's describing my grades, not my feelings. So the correct answer is disappointing. My grades were really disappointing last semester. Okay, so let's have number 3 to number 20. So for these ones, you'll just have to choose your answers. And then if you're not sure, please double check the web page that I will put in the description box below. Okay, number 3. The sudden increase in the number of infections is blank. Is it worried or worrying? Number 4. She got blank when the team did not call her for a few days. Is it worried or worrying? Number 5. Jessie is just not blank in sci-fi movies. She prefers romantic comedies. Is it interested or interesting? Number 6. It was my first time to experience such a strong earthquake. It was blank. Is it terrified or terrifying? Number 7. We were all blank when she said she was quitting her job. Is it surprised or surprising? Next, number 8. I had high expectations for this movie and I was not blank. Disappointed or disappointing? Number 9. The test was quite difficult. It's blank that I passed at all. Is that amazed or amazing? Number 10. The plot twists in the story are quite blank. Is it confused or confusing? Number 11. That horror movie shows a lot of blank scenes. Is it frightened or frightening? Number 12. After checking the quality of the products, I was quite blank with them. Is it satisfied or satisfying? Number 13. It's my first time to travel abroad, so I'm really blank. Is it excited or exciting? Number 14. My friend likes to try exotic and weird foods that some might find blank. Is it disgusted or disgusting? Number 15. On my second week just staying at home, I started to get blank. Is it bored or boring? Number 16. I liked the video, but the soundtrack was a bit blank. Irritated or irritating? Number 17. His habit of being late to meetings is really blank. Annoyed or annoying? Number 18. I just had a very blank meal at the restaurant you recommended. Is that satisfied or satisfying? Next, number 19, second to the last question. I think this color combination is very blank to the eye. Is it pleased or pleasing? And last one, number 20. She gave incomplete instructions, so now I'm a little blank. Is it confused or confusing? That's the end of our drills on adjectives ending with ing and ed. I really hope you found these exercises useful. As you may know, when it comes to correct grammar, you have to train your ear to listen for correct patterns and word usage. So you may want to do the drills a couple of times until you get all the answers correctly. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and please subscribe if you want to do more drills that I'll be uploading in the future. I kind of forgot to introduce myself at the beginning of this video. So yeah, this is Liz of EnglishFrolics.com and thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next videos.